So in this section, we're going to be learning some more advanced things about components. When I say advanced, I don't mean necessarily hard, just things that come after the basics. So as our first item, let's talk about nested components. So far we've been putting our components in the controller templates. So the basic diagram, we have our template, which is part of a route, and then we can put in components there. But it's not just those templates that can have components. You can also have components within other components. And we've actually already done this. Let's take a look at our food item component. We're using the link to component in there. We can verify this by going to the Ember Inspector view tree and then clicking the Components checkbox. Then we'll see that in the food items that are expanded, there are link to components as well. But it might not sink in until we have a handmade component put in there. So let's go ahead and turn our image into a component. We'll start by generating a component called icon image. And then we will cut this and put it into icon image. So let's see what we want this to look like. So when we're putting in an icon image, we'll want to be able to feed it a specific source. So we'll feed it the source attribute. In this case, food.image URL. But that can be different depending on where we're using icon image. And then we want to be able to decide whether or not we have the pull left class. So here we'll put left equals true. And if we don't put anything, then left will automatically equal null. And null, for our purposes, will be the same thing as false. So what we just did was an interface design for a component. Basically, we're deciding what things we'll want to feed the component, what we'll want it to look like when we're using it. Now we have to make this match the interface. So first, we'll just put in the source here, and then we'll add an if statement. So if left, then we put in pull left. Then when we go to our page, we can see that not only does it work, but we also have this component here under our food item component. So we have successfully created two components that are nested within each other. In our diagram, it would look like this. The food item component in the template, we reference the icon image component. And of course, we'll have to reference the arguments that are passed in. So this particular application of nested components is pretty tame, but out in the wild, there's some crazy configurations that you can get into. It's an awesome tool. Just be sure not to abuse it. If you have stuff nested 20 components deep, then Ember can start to slow down.